Hello, welcome back to another Minecraft video. This is the second episode in the series of modding Minecraft. This episode I will show you how to mod in your own new block. So let's get started. First we're going to make a new class. So you're going to want to go in the client here, and then you're going to go to src, then net.minecraft.src. Then there's a whole bunch of class files here that we don't need to worry about at the moment. So to make a new class, you're going to want to right click on net.minecraft.src, click on new, then click on class. And you're going to name your new class mod underscore and then whatever you want. But for the sake of this tutorial, I'll put block. And we're actually going to have to create two class files. So we're going to go back up to here, create a new class file, and then we'll go block, and then we have to put the name of the block that we're gonna put. So I'll just put like tut for tutorial. We'll name our thing the tutorial block. And before I started recording, I created a little how should I say it? Template, I guess. So here is what the template looks like. This is what you're gonna need to in mod underscore block. So we'll change up this a bit. So we have mod underscore block there. If yours is like mod underscore tuna, whatever, you'd change that to tuna. And it extends base mod. That means it extends the base mod Java file in the stuff here. See, it'll extend this, which is like a bunch of different coding that doesn't really matter right now. And then next is public static final. That's just some regular Java stuff. Then block, and then we're going to put the name here. We're going to name this block tut. But it depends what you guys want to name it. Doesn't matter, this won't be what your actual block in the game will be called. That's just what you're gonna give it a code name pretty much. So we'll call this block tut to match up block tut there. We'll give it an ID of, let's say, 255. I believe the highest ID you can get is the is 260 for blocks, and then items you can go as high as you want. So let's set the block name to tut. This one doesn't matter. And let's see, set the hardness. This will be how long it takes to break it. So let's put 1 so we can break it really easily. And then we'll put 1 here so we can use our hand instead of having to use a pickaxe. And if for the resistance, this is like what level of pickaxe you need. And if you want to check what kind of pickaxe is what F value, you have to go look for the enum tool material file, which would be right about enum tool material right here. And see this part right here, the wood, stone, iron, emerald, gold. Emerald is the code name for diamond. Wood pickaxe is 2F, stone is 4, iron is 6, diamond is 8, and gold is 12. So if we want to use our hand, we'd go 1, because that's even better than wood. That's even worse than wood, I should say. So if you want them to have to use a diamond pickaxe, put 8F. And so yeah, we'll put 1F so we can just dig it out. And then the light value, this is if you want it to shine. So I'm going to stick this up to like 5, so it'll be a really bright block. And now the name here, you're going to want to put this name right here that you put here. So I'll go and put tut down, and it'll change out the colors. Then modloader.add override. This is the texture. This is how you're going to override the terrain file to add your own picture. So this will block index in texture. That's what you need to call the command. Then modloader.add override, and you're going to override the terrain PNG, and then path to your file. I'm just going to call it images. I'll show you where to put the images folder later. And we'll name it tut.png. Next is to register the block. That just pretty much tells Minecraft, okay, there's a new block, you have to use it. And we're going to register it right now. So we'll put in the name that we put there. So tut, it'll go blue and italicized or whatever. And now we're going to add the in-game name. So this is what you want it to be called. So we'll go tut again for there. Then this is the actual in-game name part. So we'll put tutorial block and a little happy face. Now we're going to add the recipe, how you craft it. If you don't want it to be able to be crafted, which I don't know why you wouldn't, unless you're going to make some kind of ore in the future, you'd want to delete that. But since we're going to do this, we're going to make a crafting recipe. So we'll put the name of the block there. I put tut. And this is how many you're going to craft. Say you put in 1 dirt. I can make it give 1 back. I can make it give 10 back. I can make it give 1,000 back. But we would have to set the max stack to over 1,000. I can make it give 64 back. I'll show you how to change the max stack once we do the block.tut file. Okay, next is new object that creates the object. Then this is the character value. For this, you can put anything you want. It doesn't really matter. But this just means anything by itself on the crafting grid will be like this. It'll be character value of, comma, block.dirt. If you want to change the value of it, you just erase that, put another dot. It'll give you a whole list of all the different blocks you can put. If you want to make it craft an item, you'd go item dot, and it'll give you a whole list of items that you can choose from. But to make it easy to test later, we're just going to go block.dirt. Oh, need to spell block properly. Okay, and now this is just to return the version of Minecraft, so you don't need to change that unless you're updating your mod. You'd change that to 1.2.6 if it was updated to that. Next, oh yeah, this will be underlined red because we don't have the block.tut done yet. So let's save that up. Now let's go on to block.tut. I have a template made for this too. You'll be able to download these templates, or yeah, you'll be able to download the text file with the template on it. So next, block name here. We're gonna name it's already called block.tut, so we have to put tut there. Then we'll put tut here. And material, we're gonna want to make it ground, so you don't need to use an axe or anything like that. If you use ground, it'll be a shovel that you need to use. If it's wood, it'll be an axe. If it's stone, it'll be a pickaxe. And if you put dot there, there's a whole bunch of different materials. So it'll be like air, cactus, cake, and like the things that you use that'll make it break faster on there will be used. Like say web that uses a sword to break. So if we put web, you'd need to use a sword to break it faster. Next is the ID drop. This is just something that you just have to put the name of the block you put. So we'll put tut, and then that's it. You're done doing this. This is quantity dropped when you break it. Like say redstone, for example, would have like 4. So this one we're just gonna make it drop 1. And this is what it will actually drop. So say we wanted it to drop, like you know how redstone ore drops redstone, we could make it drop, we can make this drop like say dirt or something, but we're gonna make it drop itself. So now we could save that up, and then this will be all proper now, and that should be it. So we'll go out of there, go into our MCP folder, recompile. This shouldn't take longer than 10 seconds or something. If there's an error, usually for me it takes 20 seconds if there's an error. So if there's 20 seconds, you know something might be wrong when you try to run it. But this should be fine. It'll take 10-11 seconds. Yeah, see, 13.8. Ooh. Now we'll start client. Oh, there's gonna be an image error. Yeah, see? This is how you tell. Image not found. Image is tut, because we didn't make the image and put it in the right place. So, what we're going to do is open up your preferred program for editing. I use Paint.net. And then you're going to want to make a new image. Go make it 16 by 16. Draw whatever you want on here. I'm going to make a little square. And let's make a happy face in the middle. Draw on the happy face. There we go. That's a perfect block right there. Now let's name it Tut and save it. I'll just save it to the desktop for now. Oh, no. Save. There we go. Save. Okay. Now we can close out that. Now it's saved right here. We're going to want, I'll just move that there. Where you're going to want to save your folders, since we said in the images folder, to where the images folder is actually going to be, you have to go to bin in Minecraft, and then images right here. So you would put Tut in. Say you named yours, the name of your mod, you would name it OMG my mod. And then you would stick your image in there if that's where you said it was going to be. And then it'll when you try to re-obfuscate it, it will tell you, like, it won't put the images there. You're going to have to take these images out and put them in your .minecraft yourself. But I'll show you how to do that in another tutorial. So next we're going to recompile again. So it'll add, like, when you recompile, it adds in everything for you for when you test the client. It's just when the re-obfuscating, you have to put it in yourself. Re-obfuscating just pretty much means it's making the classes that you're going to put in your .minecraft, in your jar folder, I should say. Now let's start client and test out our block. There, so successful. Let's create a new world, survival. Let's generate us up a new world. Save some chunks. There we go. Nice jungle biome. Now let's dig up some dirt. Take this dirt, craft it into a tutorial block. So you place it, and it's really lit up because we set it to light up. And now you can break it with your hand, and it comes back. Ta-da! So that's how you make yourself a new block. Now, in the next tutorial, I will be showing you how to edit or mod in your own item.